Hi there, this is Heather Wilson, Midwest Save Our Streams Coordinator with the Isaac Walton League, and today I'll be demonstrating how to add your Nitrate Watch data to the Clean Water Hub database using a smartphone. We have another version of this tutorial that uses a desktop computer, so make sure to check that out if that's what you're looking for. So the first step in this process is to open up a web browser or go to Google and type in cleanwaterhub.org/nitratewatch. That will take you to the page that you're seeing here, which is kind of like our side door entrance to the Clean Water Hub that makes it real easy for Nitrate Watch volunteers to add their data. If you already have an account on the Clean Water Hub, you can click this button that says Log In. Otherwise, you'll be creating an account, but it's super simple. All you do is add an email address, your name, create a password, and you are good to go. Just make sure that that email address that you provide is a valid email address so that if we have any questions, we can reach out to you real easy. So I do have a Clean Water Hub account, so I'm going to hit log in, and it actually remembers me, so we're already in. So now I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and you can see that the Nitrate Watch tab is already pulled up. If I had data in this account that was already associated with Nitrate Watch, you would be seeing it on the map, you would see it below here, but I don't. This is a completely blank canvas, so all we can do is create a new Nitrate Watch reading. So we're going to do that by clicking this button. Now on this page, you will see a drop-down list of all the sites that you've created and also an option to create a new site. But like I just said, this is a blank canvas. I don't have any sites. All I have is the button to create a new site. So let's do that together. So on this form, we're going to fill out some information about the site that we sampled at. Now this is just going to be make-believe data. I'll go in and delete it later, but for the purposes of this tutorial, let's pretend I am at Iowa State's campus. That's my alma mater. We're going to say we were at Lake Laverne, which they say it's a lake, but it's kind of a small lake. So the name of our water source in this case is Lake Laverne. This is an optional field though, because sometimes you're sampling from tap water and there's not a really obvious water source per se. So you don't have to fill this out if it doesn't make sense for your reading. But this is a lake. And I said it's a lake, but if we're being more honest, this one's really more of a pond. So let's select that from our drop-down list of water source types. And then we're going to create a description of where we sampled what our site was. In this example, let's pretend we sampled from the northeast corner of the lake. All right. So scrolling down, we have an option to add an image of our site if we have one. You'll click Choose File and then select the file from your folders on your phone and click Upload, and that will associate that image with this site. I don't have an image at the ready, so I'm going to skip this part. You are always able to go back and edit your site and add an image at a later date. So continuing on, now we have to say where this site is located. The city in this case is Ames and the state is Iowa, so we're going to choose that from this list. And now a very important part is the latitude and longitude. This tells us and anyone else who looks at this data exactly where the sample was taken. So if you have the latitude and longitude recorded, you have the numbers ready to go. You can just type those in and the location will be updated and that will be great. If you don't happen to have that information, you have some options. You can search using this bar right here, find a nearby landmark, and that will zoom the map in. Or you can simply use two fingers to navigate this map here. So I'm going to do that. It's a little bit finicky, so I apologize if it's shaky. You can use two fingers to zoom in and sort of manipulate the map. You can also zoom in using the buttons here. But I'm going to try and get us as close as I can. Here we go. So this is the quote-unquote lake. So I'm going to, now that I've got the site in my frame of vision, click Add Location Mode on. The red border appears. And then I'm going to use my finger to drop my pin. And you can see that that has updated the latitude and longitude numbers up here. Now, if you're not satisfied with where that pin is located, you need to change it. Just tap again, and those numbers will update accordingly. So we are all set. We're going to say turn this off so it's locked in. And now our site is created. All we have to do now is add the data that we recorded with our Nitrate Watch kit. So let's do that. Let's say that the survey date was August 30th. and the nitrate was 2 parts per million. And last but not least, we'll choose from the drop-down list of recent precipitation. And all that's left now is the comment section. This is a place where you can add any observations that you made while you were sampling. Maybe there was an odor, or maybe there was a really heavy rainfall recently, things that might have a bearing on the nitrate concentrations. You can also record extra information that you have if you've been doing other sampling, or even if you want to report the nitrite value. Remember, our nitrate test strips also report nitrite, which is typically 0, but sometimes it's not, and that can be interesting to report. So I'm just going to pretend that nitrite was 1 part per million. So write whatever you'd like, and then the only thing left to do is just to scroll up, double check everything that you put in, make sure it's all accurate and true, and last but not least, hit Save Changes. And that's it. So now your site is created, it's part of the hub now, and you can see where it's located on the map, and your data point is also there. As you add more data, this graph here will auto-generate, and you can see how the concentration of nitrate changes over time. You can keep scrolling down to see all of your data points that you've added thus far. And best of all, this point is now a part of our Nitrate Watch community map. So you've joined hundreds of other Nitrate Watchers across the country to help us visualize this pollution problem. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help. But happy monitoring. Thank you.